Rapid Cargo sponsors the Kubi Springer Show. Welcome back to the Kubi Springer Show, sponsored by Rapid Cargo. And our guest in the studio is cross-cultural communication specialist Glenn Yearwood. Glenn, hi. This is the section of the show, as I mentioned before the break, where we have lots of people who've been sending in their messages. Do you mind if we take some now?
Love to. Let's do it.
Absolutely. So let's go to David in Brand Central.
Hey Kubi, we've had a phenomenal response from the viewers today. Here at Brand Central, we just want to thank everyone for their questions. Please continue to send them in and we'll try and answer as many as possible. We'll start with Michelle from Mitcham, who says, what is the secret to good PR and communications?
Oh, that's a very, very good question, Michelle. So what is the secret?
I don't think there's any secret. You just got to keep it simple.
Excellent, excellent. And when you say keep it simple, for somebody who might be a novice in PR and marketing, what does that actually mean?
Yeah, well, you know, the basic communication between human beings is a simple pattern anyhow. And I think a lot of people who try to make a science out of communications sort of, you know, actually make it more complicated than it is. So if you and I are having a conversation, I will say, here's the product, I'd like you to buy it. That's simple. And you'll say to me how much it's going to cost, make me an offer better than the other person. That's communications. Whether we do that through the internet, through music, on the street corner, as long as it's simple, we've got a chance.
I tend to find, Glenn, and I'm sure you see this, you might see flyers on a Facebook page, for example, cluttered with information. That's what you mean by strip it all back, keep the message simple.
Yeah, I may be showing my age, but I'm not the Facebook generation.
Okay.
I will always pick the phone up.
Yes.
And have a chat. I will always write a love letter.
Oh.
I tend to sort of go beyond the sort of social media thing, though I see its absolute value. Communication, at its best, it's simple. You know, here's a proposition, please buy it. It will do this for you if you buy it.
Excellent. So state buy it and state the benefits,
Absolutely.
whether that be a billboard, a flyer, a poster, a tweet, a Facebook.
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent. All right, that's brilliant. Are there any other questions for us, David?
Yes, Kubi, we've got one more. We'll take it from Tony from Altminster. He says, what is the best way to promote a media-based client?
Excellent. So he's obviously referring to the fact that you've brought BET over. What's the best way to promote someone like that?
Well, how long have you got?
All about 2 seconds.
Okay. I would say understanding your viewing audience or listening audience is the most important thing. You've absolutely got to know who they are, okay? If you know who they are, then the marketing becomes easy.
Yeah, and I want to say on that, a lot of people make assumptions about who their audience are, really, rather than knowing.
Yeah, we're quite detailed about focus groups. Where I live in southeast London, I get people in the Market Square in Deptford coming up to me, telling me exactly what they think about the channel, and I love that. It's about getting feedback from the consumers, putting it into the big mix. The next time you market, you actually give them something they've asked for.
Sure, sure. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you for answering those. I know there's been more, so I apologise to all of you that we only answered 2, but keep sending in those questions. If you have a question for our guests, and I know you do, then how do you get in touch? You can email us, Twitter, Facebook us. All the information is on the screen right now. So, Glenn, I want to ask you, if I had £1 million and I was going to give it to you for your business, which is called Soul Marketing, your agency, what would be your 60-second elevator pitch?
Well, Kubi, if you gave me 60 seconds, I'll probably ask you for an extension for 30 minutes. That's the first thing. The second thing is I need to know what you want back in terms of your money, how much you want back. But I'll say 2 things. There are 2 clear driving forces that run my business. One is honesty and integrity. The 2 are never, ever lost with me. I call it as I see it. I don't do greys. I do black or white, okay? And I would take a very deep view, as the Chinese and Orientals do. You do business with somebody because your spirit and your integrity feels at one. So I tend to have many a call but few are chosen in terms of who I decide to do business with.
I like that. If those of you think that you can top that, or maybe you have a mantra that is just as good, then make sure that you do get in touch. But before you do, let's have a look at some of the ones that we saw earlier. Let's have a look.
Yes, people, I'm Mansell Bello, researcher at OHTV, aspiring presenter, and you should take my business card because I'm going to be the next big thing.
You want to take my business card, this is what I can do for you. You know, I've got products that you want, I've got a lot of products that you want, and if you don't take my business card, we're never going to be able to get back in touch. You know, your life, you're going to come with problems every day. I know which problems you're going to face, and I've got exactly the solution you want.
Hello there, the reason you should contact me is because I do musical theatre and I'm what's known as a triple threat. So I not only can act, I can sing and I can dance. So if you want to get someone that can do the whole lot, then you should call me. I've also got plenty of friends, all in the industry, who are all as good as, but not quite as good as me.
Well, you want to hire me because I am amazing, and well, that's pretty much the easiest way to put it.
Great. Are you sold by any of those? Not sure. Well, if you think you can do better, if you have a brand that you want to promote or a product that we simply have to hear about, if you want to tell the whole world about you and your business in just 30 seconds, then you should be sending in your elevator pitch and maybe you could be winning £100 courtesy of Rapid Cargo. All you need to do to get involved is email us your videos to info@kubispringer.com and maybe, just maybe, you might be winning £100 this month. Of course, to assist you, as always, I have my pitches on the website, all the W's, kubispringer.com. So go get pitching. Now, if you fancy a real treat, then check out our competition of the week. This month, be inspired and win one of 10 copies of my book, What is Fabulous? Full of insights from inspirational women. Just answer this simple question. Which 1990s sitcom starred Joanna Lumley and Jennifer Saunders? Was it A, ridiculously fabulous, B, exceptionally fabulous, or C, absolutely fabulous? Text your answers to 84010, beginning with OTV, Kubi, and your answer A, B, or C. Text costs £1.50 each plus the standard network rate. Entrants must be 18 or over. For further terms and conditions, go onto the website competitions page www.otv.co.uk/competitions. This competition closing date is on Thursday the 31st of March 2011. Entries made after the closing date will not be entered but may be charged. I don't know about you guys, but I always say you've got to be in it to win it. So get in touch with us. All of the usual methods are on the screen below. Glenn, this is the part of the show that I quite enjoy because I get to find out about the man behind the brand. I have 3 questions.
Okay.
Can I just fire them?
Go ahead.
Okay, excellent. Your best form of communication for you, talk or text?
Talk.
Really, why?
It's old school.
I like that. How do you think people will be communicating in 10 years' time?
Well, if there's anything to go by now, it's a combination of smartphones and people avoiding physical contact.
Yes.
So that's a bit of a worry. I always get a slightly heartwarming feeling when I get a letter through the post because it means people taking the effort to a letter. Everything about me is old school in the sense I think communication should be simple, and the simpler it is, the more basic it is.
And therefore the more effective.
Absolutely.
Excellent. And my last question, who or what inspires you, Glenn Yearwood?
That's a very deep question, and I can only give you a précis. But if I said to you that I'm a huge believer in the African people and the story of African people, that tells us we're kings and queens, which predates slavery. So I think that I'm a king. I always felt that I'm a king. And if you feel you're a king, it imposes a behavioural pattern on you. And I'm equal and better than most people.
Glenn Yearwood, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep listening to people's responses about everything that you're doing. And thank you for coming on. Well, that's it for today's show. I hope that you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Remember to keep emailing, tweeting and Facebooking us with all your business dilemmas as we look forward to featuring more of you on the show. You've been watching the Kubi Springer Show, courtesy of Rapid Cargo, the place where we inspire you to be your brand, shape your destiny, own it. I'll see you next time. Rapid Cargo sponsors the Kubi Springer Show.